Those cards are
It
nasty.
was slow right away, but as soon as people started seeing them open, the whole box got gobbled up right away.
$4 a pack on that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I see those packs in stores. Is that market value on those?
They're usually 5, like in the blister sleeve,
Yeah.
because you can't get them. Like they don't have booster boxes usually at Target or Walmart, so you're only gonna get those in local card shops. And in the local card shop, yeah, it's $3.50 to $4 is usually what they list them at. If they're out of a booster, and then if they're Target or Walmart, it's like $5, sometimes $6 a pack for Dragon Ball, which is definitely not worth it.
What up, Steve? Opinion. Good morning, Steve. Yeah, so it's funny to me how some sets will be like cheap or undervalued when the cards in them are really expensive. Not really expensive, but like if you were to compare two sets like Ancient Origins, which I think is like a $15 pack.
No, it's not. Is it really?
Ancient Origins. It was. Last time I checked, Ancient Origins was like selling. Well, this was TCG pricing.
Oh, right. Which the single pack pricing for TCG is always a little elevated, but
so TCGs is at $14 plus $2 shipping looks to be the lowest, and they're priced all the way up to $20 per pack. Okay, and then I go to
what's your eBay sold?
Good morning, everybody. By the way, this is Coffee and Pokemon. Good morning.
Hello, everyone.
We're just hanging out, drinking coffee, and talking about Pokemon. And if anybody wants to just, interject or ask a question or just hang out and listen, that's cool too. So what was I going to do? Okay, so so if you were to look at the value of the cards inside of Ancient Origins price guide, to me,
what is the Rayquaza?
So yeah, like the Mega Rayquaza EX, which is the shiny full art. Now this says $69. And it looks like the range is like 69, and the listed median is like $138 only because everyone's got their shit listed $50 to $60, and there's one guy at $200.
Yeah, right.
So $15 to $20 pack Ancient Origins, and then you look at something like your Dragon Ball Z set there that has multiple $100 cards in it, right?
Right. And all the playable cards, I don't know if you saw that too, but there's like 10 cards in that set that were over $10 on TCG Player too. So yeah, you kind of look at it like how does that work? But then you look at those TCG listings, and there's more of them of all the cards. So they just must move slower, would be my guess. That why they don't have as much value. When they sit at the local card shops, it's just like anything. Ancient Origins, I don't think is a really good set, but it's just because you can't get packs at the stores that people hype it up as much as they are, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's that little hype around all of these kind of older sets, like somewhat available sets.
It's
kind of a fugazi a little bit.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's like that. It's that balance of like supply and demand and hype, and like that famine mentality of like, oh, there's not very much of it, so I want some. And so that's booster pack pricing. Usually booster boxes are going to be worth more because people want like the booster box as part of their collection. But like a very undervalued set, in my opinion, is and because I've been opening it and selling it recently, and it's a hype set, and it's got a lot of $100 plus cards in it. It's that Tag Team All Stars, the Japanese set, which is a 10 card booster box, but you can find them for like $75 a box. You're paying $7.50 a pack. Well, every card in it is a guaranteed GX or better. Well, not every card, but every pack has a guaranteed GX or better. You get like 2 reverse holos, 2 holographics, and then like a holographic energy. And in every box, you get a secret rare energy. It's got alternate art, full art trainers for Red's Challenge, blue's Tactics, green's Exploration. It's got a red and blue. It's got a Misty and some other chick full art with red hair. I forget her name. But like, it's got a gold Reshiram Charizard. It's got a gold Mewtwo and Mew. It's got it's a 200.
Does it have the gold Zora Arc and Greninja too?
I think so. It's got like 52 secret rares.
We ripped that set a couple weeks ago. We had got some boxes from Japan. I think Ashley Fenley, who I think is in the group, got them. But yeah, it just hits so hard too. Like Japanese boxes are hitting. Even if you don't get a card you like, you're gonna hit something that at least is exciting.
Yeah.
But that set is still cheap, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me because GX Ultra Shiny is crazy.
Yeah. Or is it
Shiny Star V is crazy.
That's $150 for 10 cards. It's $15 a pack.
You can get the Korean box for $75 still.
Korean. Oh man,
$67 for a Korean box of Shiny Star Z. You heard it here. Go find it on eBay.
I'm so tempted to buy Chinese Hidden Fates.
Dude, I think it's worth it. Honestly, like they're still cool cards. They're a little flimsy. That's about it.
Well, Chinese hit rates, I think, are worse than
Are they? I didn't know that.
And this is information I got from the guy that I bought my Tag Team All-Stars from, because I asked him, because he had like Chinese Hidden Fates, he had Tag Team All-Stars. I got my box of not Amazing Volt Tackle, Incredible Volt Tackle.
Is it just Volt? Is there something in front of it, or is it just Volt Tackle?
It's not amazing. It's like, it's another A word. It's another pizzazzy A word. But anyway, but that was fun to open. I think like 50% of the packs will have a holo card in it, and they're 5-card packs. You can get those for around $100. It's a 30-pack booster box, but that's really fun. I like Japanese cards for the quality too. They grade better as well. So like in that Tag Team All-Stars, if you were to pull like the Mewtwo and Mew gold card, which I did, so I looked up pricing. Right. A PSA 10 on that is like a $500-600 slab. And this is stuff like out of the pack, you have a really good chance of getting a 10 because the quality of their printing process, they just, the cards don't come out.
The cards come out really like, so I guess, let me know if I'm wrong here. And I think this is what I think I'm right. The card quality as they're cut, printed, and the way they look as they come out of the pack look really, really clean. But if you don't grade them quickly, they can edge a lot faster than American cards. Is that correct? So you want to get graded fast?
Yeah, I've never heard of that, but it could be. It could be.
I think something about the quality of the card. It's usually going to be centered better. It's usually going to be cut, printed better, but the quality will go down faster over time from pulling in and out of sleeves or what have you on a Japanese card than an American. But like you said, they grade better right away. So it's like, just, if you're going to do it, then you can just do it. And if not, just make sure you're keeping your card.
I love opening those. I wish I could get like a case of boxes at a price to where I'm not just breaking even on it because so I sell them for $9 a pack. So, and they're selling for most of the listings are about $100 free shipping from where I find them. But I'm still getting some because they're fun to open. And I want some for myself because some of those full art trainers in there are pretty dope.
Well, and they're just going up, right? So that's fun to watch. I
wanted to ask your opinion on that too. Josh said on TCG you're clicking the shop listings. Yeah, we were on that. I believe so. Steve Sass says something with Dragon Majesty. I don't think it's a great set, but it's blowing up. Yeah, that's like $20 a pack.
Dragon Majesty, which was weird because the ETB 2 months ago was fairly affordable, and then it just took off.
Yeah, I just traded my girlfriend a couple duplicate full art trainers because she has a collection she came over and she's like, I have these, I don't want them. Can I trade them for some of your cards? And I'm like, sure. Actually, XY Flashfire is like $50 a pack now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it keeps going. I mean, it has the Charizard in it, so Not surprised.
Yeah, but those Charizards don't seem to be like the packs went up in value, but the Zards didn't seem to.
I'm kind of confused about the trainer. What I think is happening with the trainers is we're seeing another. We just keep getting more people into the hobby, right? And I think trainers were the lowest barrier of entry for really beautiful cards still. So as all these new people continue to come in, they're going, oh man, these Charizards are already crazy priced, right? I can't afford those.
Yeah.
And these other gold cards, they're already starting to take off. I can't get those. What is still available? And what I think they're seeing is the full art trainers, your stuff like your gold air balloons, your stuff that might be more playable later. And they're seeing them at lower cost, but they're still really cool cards. They're still hard to pull. Gold cards, I think, are one of your better investments for the future because they're super hard to pull. We know that. Like even the booster box rate on a gold card is pretty low. And then you can buy them for sometimes $5.
Yeah, you cannot even get a gold card in a booster box. So I've probably recently opened more Darkness Ablaze than anything, which is surprising to me because I have Darkness Ablaze at $5 a pack on my Rip and Ships, and I have Vivid Voltage at $6. And everyone wants Darkness Ablaze, but I'm like, okay, that Charizard hunting. But I think like 1 out of every 3 booster boxes, I pull a gold card, and it's like one of the Colossal gold card. Yesterday, I pulled the Parasol.
The skateboard?
The Parasol, the umbrella.
Oh, the Parasol, yeah.
But yeah, gold cards, the pull rates on those is not that high. And like you said, full art trainers, I've opened a lot of Vivid Voltage, probably almost 3 cases now. And I think I've pulled the full art Nessa once.
Wow. And that's actually really surprising.
Yeah. And I pulled the full art B. I don't even think I pulled the full art B, to be honest with you.
That it makes sense then, right? Like there's a limited supply of them. Nobody was really buying them. All these brand new people come in and they keep coming in and they're going, man, I don't have the money to spend on all this crazy sealed stuff. I don't have the money to spend on these cards that are just going up in price. But I do have money to, join this Raz for this full art trainer that's only $1 a person or whatever it is. People do that.
The beautiful.
I think that's kind of causing a raise in those. Most of those trainers that are going up aren't super playable or anything like that, so it doesn't have anything to do with the meta really.
Yeah, some of them. I know Rosa gets played.
Rosa gets played a little bit. Marnie gets played a ton. Professor's Research gets played a ton. But other than that, you're not playing a ton of them. You're really not. There's like the Kabu Beauty. I mean, all of the what's the other fighter gem trainer? You really don't play any of that stuff. You usually see like your Eternatus deck right now, your Zacian ADP deck, your Centiscorch deck. Those are kind of the 3 bigger ones in the meta. Right now, what am I missing? Eternatus ADP. And then Pikarom, right? And Pikarom's had the same other couple different cards thrown into it. It's pretty much been the same. Every time the meta changes, Pikarom just like throws in 1 or 2 more cards and then ends up crushing everybody.
Right. Chris Hart says, astonishing Volt Tackle, thank you. That's
astonishing.
Astonishing.
The Japanese title names are always just a little weird.
Back and you're astonished. That's right. Steve Sauce, my buddy, got a case of boxes for $57 a box, bro. I'll ask him for the info. Steve, I would love some Tag Team All-Star boxes.
Japanese cards, it works just like ours do. They have very limited print runs, generally speaking. They pretty much allocate and plan for what they're going to sell. They're a lot better at it than we are.
Japanese?
The Japanese tend to be better at that than we are. But if you want to get boxes for cheap, same thing that you do here. If you can pre-order them, chances are you're going to get bottom of the barrel and you're going to be really happy. So, Tag Team All-Stars is a little different where it's kind of strange that it still keeps coming around. I mean, it's a set that celebrates, right? Celebrates a bunch of other sets, correct?
and correct me if I'm wrong, but it released fall 2019, and
that's correct.
it was their special set, I don't know if you call it a holiday set, but you have 2019, and yes, it's got cards from Team Up. It's got like Hidden Fates cards in it. Well, I mean, the birds are in it. The Moltres Articuno Zapdos artwork is in it. Yeah, there's stuff from a bunch of sets, which is
so
really
maybe
cool.
that set they just keep kind of reprinting or something, and that's why you can still easily get it without having the price hike. Because Shiny Star V, my guy in Japan, has pretty much said like it's done. What's available now is what's available now. You know.
So I heard they're having another wave or print or something that you can pre-order for. Have you heard about that?
No, I have not, but I guess I need to reach out because if they have more Shiny Star V available, we need to hop on it before too long.
Because I asked someone about it. It might have been a marketplace listing, some other local Florida guy that does rip and ships or something. And he said, like, yeah, I don't have any more right now, but I have some pre-ordered for the next wave.
Interesting.
So if that's a thing, we need to figure out to pre-order some of that shit, man. I haven't opened any of it, but I want to.
Well, I am going to go ahead and message.
Yeah, do it.
Okinawa right now.
Quick. Josh Cox says, open 20 of those flash fire blisters and all were green. No
way. No way.
Didn't plan on opening them, but the flaps on the back stuck together and made me feel like they were resealed. Yeah.
That sounds
stuff straight from Pokemon even can look a little bit like when I opened a Darkness Ablaze booster box. And it was like really shoddy looking. Like some booster boxes will be really crispy clean, like really snug and tight. And some will just look like me wearing an extra large t-shirt. But it had the Charizard in it. So I'm like, well, of course it's not resealed. It's got the Charizard VMAX in it. I don't know.
Yeah, the quality control. I mean, if you go and Google it, you'll kind of see like a ton of examples of people just showing off really trashy packs, and then they open up, something great.
Yeah.
But apparently, in the last year and a half, the glue just kind of gets thrown around at the warehouses or at the packaging facilities, and they don't really care. Well, which makes sense. Like, get it out.
Or they're like, go.
Yeah, like seriously, like everybody wants this stuff. We need it out of here. I'm seeing a lot of TikToks about people from General Mills leaking videos and pictures of all of the new packs that are coming out to the Galar region mini packs that have your starters in it, or the Kanto ones that have your starters in it. And definitely not supposed to be doing that.
Does General Mills print those?
I don't know, but they're getting packs. All I'm seeing is on TikTok, it'll just be the cover package, just like a promo card, the package over the package, and then it's just a little teeny sleeve blister with the 25th anniversary logo on it, but the logo has the 3 starters that are in that pack.
Aren't those available for pre-order?
So those, not the ones that are going into General Mills. I think they're separate.
Oh, got you. Yeah. Like their cereal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the cereal is, those are the ones. So those are leaking from General Mills facilities because they're already on site getting thrown into cereal boxes.
I'm going to have to get my
employees, which is crazy to me that you would risk your job to just show off a couple, packs. But, they've got people, TikTokers that must know people at those facilities, and they must be buying them under the table because they're actually opening them on TikTok. If you're out there on the interwebs, you can find it right now. But
now, if I was General Mills, I necessarily wouldn't mind that because it's TikTok is essentially free advertising, and all they're saying is, "Hey, there's some really cool shit in our cereal. Go buy it."
Yeah, I don't know if Pokemon loves you opening stuff before street date, but it is definitely free marketing. That's for sure. Yeah. I guess I say that, and then they send stuff to YouTubers to open before street date and allow them to do it. So
Steve says my GameStop just got loaded up on Pokemon. They have the Jumbo Pika Pop, Mewtwo light up figures, nice.
Do they have the giant V Max? Oh no, that's on Pokemon Center. That's right. Have you seen that thing? It's a $400 giant Pikachu V Max.
No.
It's
Is
just a
it,
giant Pikachu, and it has the little cloud, the little V Max cloud
is
over
it a
his head.
plush?
That's it. It's
Is it
just
a
a
plush
giant
or a
Pikachu.
figure?
It's a giant plush. It's pretty cool.
A $400 plush.
Yeah, I think it's either $300 or $400. One of
That's
the
all
two.
I need is some more plushies.
I mean, it's the size of you, for sure. Like, it's huge.
Yeah, it's actually $200 and $200 for shipping.
200. Yeah, exactly. Like, where do you? That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, it's only a $50 item, but the rest is just getting it to you.
Yeah, Josh says I'm supposed to get those General Mills packs soon. The factory near me, some people got caught, so they're waiting a little longer to give me some.
Nice. See, that's what I'm saying. Is people are already, man, the Mons. It's people are just so greedy for the Mons, man. It's crazy. Yeah, I've been going to Targets the last week and a half. I'm trying to see when the restocks are at for a couple different things. And I still want more Champions Path, as weird as that sounds.
I picked up some yesterday.
I love ripping it. Actually, it sucks when you don't get something, but man, when you do, it sure feels good.
You know? Dude, so this is my opinion. If you guys see Champions Path now, I think now's a great time to pick up Champions Path. If you're shopping at Target, get your Target Circle app and punch in your phone number every time you check out and buy Pokemon cards, because what happens is it's sort of a reward system, and you will get exclusive discount codes for categories. So, like, I buy a lot of Pokemon cards, obviously. I got a 15% off games coupon that a lot of people didn't get. Like, people said they just couldn't find it. It wasn't available on their Target Circle. Well, I have the 15% off coupon, and then you also get a red card, which is free. You just attach your account number, routing number from your checking account to it. So instead of using your debit card, use your Target card, and you get 5% off every time you use it, no matter what you buy. And so those stacked, I got 20% off for Hatterene boxes.
Nice.
Which I think even at full price, Champions Path at retail is probably good to pick up now, because it's going to disappear soon. I think, at least that's what I've been seeing, is less and less.
I would be hard pressed to believe that they won't reprint it at some point. But that being said, it is a holiday set. It has 2 huge Charizards in it that right now are at the bottom, probably the bottom of their price, probably. In my opinion, I don't think it really goes lower than where they're at. That set will be fire. You know, it'll be. You talk about Flash Fire being at 25 a pack or whatever. I think what you can get out of Champions Path is better than what you can get out of Flash Fire, personally. So I think it'll be just as hot as all these other holiday sets. I think Shining Legends and Hidden Fates, you know, obviously I feel are better sets, but it'll go up just as anything else does. I wonder if they'll do another ETB run. I hope they don't, almost, but it'll be hard for me to believe that they won't reprint with everything else, because we can talk about it, but Vivid Voltage reprinting, coming back out, Darkness Ablaze going more waves of that. We have our battle styles, our Shining Fates, obviously. We have the Blastoise Venusaur decks that are about ready to hit. Those are super cool. I love those. We got as many as we really could at the time, because they were pretty, as strange as it was, they were kind of allocated. We didn't think they were going to be as heavily allocated as they ended up being, but so those are going to hit in the next week. I think those are 4th or 5th. Another Cosmic Eclipse in April, which that one is like the vendors are kind of saying, you know, order as much as you feel comfortable ordering. With that, that means there's going to be a lot of Cosmic Eclipse. That's booster boxes. That's our bread and butter stuff that all of us are going to want. Everybody's going to want that.
Honestly, I think that
Pokemon's just shoving it down our throat, man. They are just giving us everything you could possibly want. And then you have the releases, the way they're doing the 25th anniversary set is just like, you'll get something every couple of weeks of just something brand new and fresh.
It's
every
gonna
couple
be an
of weeks.
exciting year.
Oh, it's so much fun. It's so cool. Like
On the Vivid Voltage reprint you were talking about and the Darkness Ablaze, are these confirmed that you've heard from your distributor that they're going to be printing more?
they will be sending out more waves of them. Yeah, we're going to hear back. They already offered it to us. So that's kind of how it works for everybody that's watching. Usually distributors are like, hey, we are probably going to have this product or this PL, right? How much would you want if we get a lot of it, right?
Yeah.
And you pretty much have to guess. You have to say, I think we can get, 12 cases, right? Let's just say it's 10 cases, 10, 12 cases, right? Yeah, I think we can get that much. When the distributor actually gets their allocation or how much they're going to be able to give out to all the web stores, Walmart's, Targets, whatever, they divide it up appropriately based on the sales for all of those companies and who's keeping care of them or whatnot. So even though we ask for 10 cases, we might end up with 2, right?
Yeah.
So that's pretty classic with how everything works. So we can say we're Aurora Beam Collectibles, by the way.
If you guys don't know Zach, it's Zach and Trevor Soffin. They are Aurora Beam Collectibles. So when he's talking about stuff from distributors, it's not like average Joe heard from Greg, heard from Sandy, who knows a guy in distribution. He does talk directly to them. Good guy for information like that, just so everybody knows where the information is coming from.
Yeah, if anybody ever has direct questions about how to get set up as, with distributors or how to, start their own LLC or anything like that, let me know.
Me.
We need to talk more about it. Yeah, absolutely. Because if you're doing all of this stuff, you might as well get an LLC for it.
I've heard from several people and gotten really turned off to like getting my distributor license because I've heard that it's a lengthy process now. Everyone and their dog is trying to do it. And there's a lot of distributors that aren't even taking accounts that don't have brick and mortar stores now.
Yeah. We actually, one of the distributors, I won't divulge too much, but one of the distributors, the week after we got in, stopped taking applicants. So we have 4 now. We just applied to a 5th. And that 5th is mostly for us to be able to work with different games, different IPOs, or IPOs, different POs, not IPOs, different POs. So that's our Dragon Ball Super, our Final Fantasy. We needed another distributor that didn't just focus on Pokemon. So yeah, a lot of them are saying no right now.
Yeah, Digimon card game?
Digimon. I'll have some Digimon from that distributor as well, which will be fun. I'll test all that stuff out in Goldenrod. If people like it, we'll continue buying more of it. So.
I'm a buyer on booster boxes, just so you know.
And that's what we'll focus on for those games. My Hero Academia, we did put in an order for as well. I know Billy will be excited about that. But I'll test all that out here. It'll all be available. But our really, the surprise with distributors was so long as you are a professional and you took the steps that you should have beforehand, they're probably going to work with you, right? What I think they find a lot is, average Joes, which, it's fine to go into business for yourself if you're an average Joe, but they just say, hey, I want some product. And these distributors pretty plainly say, we do not give product to collectors. Like it says right on their websites, like this is not for you to be able to get cheaper wholesale products and then just collect stuff at. You need to sell this stuff and you need to be buying a lot from us in order to maintain a relationship with us. So that would be my one error to the side of caution. You makes complete sense. You're selling stuff all the time, ripping chips, what have you, eBay store, whatnot. So for somebody that's like, I just want to collect and I want it to be affordable, there's other ways in the hobby that you can do that without having to go through an LLC, set up a web store, talk to lawyers, deal with business investors, and you can still collect for very affordably if you can do it the right way.
For sure.
Without having to do all that.
So Josh Cox says, and I would believe it, Josh usually has good information as far as hot items to collect. All those $300-$400 plushies end up going for like $2K after they sell out. I remember a Psyduck one for $300 that is selling for $2K now. Ooh, that's
crazy. What an interesting thing, Josh. I would have never thought about the plushies as such a good investment.
So I've bought and sold a lot of plushies. I always look at plushies when they.
I know. That's funny.
So
I've entered some of your stuff just because I saw like it wasn't because of the packs. It was like, oh, I like the packs, but there's also a plushie that I want.
So for example, this plushie, this one I got from GameStop, and I think you could have gotten it from Pokemon Center, but this plushie originally came out in 2015. It was some sort of convention, something Halloween exclusive. And if you have one of those with that tag on it, it's like a $300 plushie. So these are like 15, I think, at GameStop when they first came out. They were selling for 40 or 50 bucks because people wanted it. And so, you just check on eBay. Like if you see like a plushie in the store, that's like, oh, that's really cool. Well, a lot of other people probably think it's really cool. You might just check on, eBay sold listings if you do that thing. The Charizard ones, like the Pokemaniac Pikachus that are dressed up as Charizards, those are good pickups.
So I see these on shelves. The Battle Academy boxes are people, because I see they have Hidden Fates, a chance of one of the 3 Hidden Fates GX cards in them. They're only like $12 or something like that.
What are they?
The Battle Academy boxes, it's like shows you how to play the TCG, but it has Charizard and Pikachu right on the here.
Yeah. It's red.
Yeah, it's red, and I've seen a couple in on our group, people razzing them or what have you, but I have not. I just feel like that has to be a good buy at some point in time, right? Even just because it has Charizard, Pikachu on the front, it has a chance at one of the 3 Hidden Fates cards in it, one being the Hidden Fates Charizard, the non-shiny one. I'll just guess that like, it's so strange because everything in Pokemon, like, it comes back, right? Like evolutions. We were just talking, before the stream about how crazy that is now and how valuable that set is. And it used to be that I'd go up to my Family Dollar up at the corner here, and it would be the entire thing would just be loaded with XY, and I could every week I could just grab XY, and nobody was buying it. And then Logan Paul and whatever else, and the base set push that happened mid 2020 happened, and now XY is crazy. So I just expect it all. These things that sit on the shelf. The trainer toolkits, even, like, we had a bunch of those. We didn't think we were going to sell those trainer toolkits. We had bought a bunch of them from one of the trainers.
The boxes, they're like long.
Exactly, right? The boxes, they have some deck sleeves. They got some, other cards that come in them. They have mostly just deck building cards in there. And they had 4 packs at the time. One of them was an Unbroken Bonds. Now that's switched. I think they have Burning Shadows in them now. But anyway, we bought them. And we're like, oh man, these aren't very good. They're not a good hold piece. They're not very attractive. They have more. It's more for players, not for collectors. Maybe we made a bad investment here, and we put them at retail, and within a week they were gone. It's just you have these products in Pokemon. The Battle Academy boxes. You don't think they'll sell, but
What's in those boxes? The trainer toolkits.
So you get dice. You get everything you need to play. And then you get a bunch of sleeves that are unique to the trainer toolkit box. Right now, I think it's 2 Rebel Clash, a Sword and Shield base, and a Burning Shadows. If anybody in the chat knows better than that, I think that's what you get in there. It used to be that you'd get an Unbroken Bonds, but they switched that out and repackaged it and put it back on the shelves. So what you guys are seeing now on the shelves were trainer toolkits that were sitting all over the country that didn't sell, that got pulled back into warehouses. They were opened up. The Unbroken Bonds was taken out, probably repackaged into another box, and then they started putting Burning Shadows into it.
You talked about the reverse logistics before on stuff, and ever since then, I've thought about that because I've seen, sometimes we'll think we get like new print runs or additional waves of things, right? So, for example, I think a lot of those 2020 spring collector's chests, which have the Zacian Zamazenta on it, right? When those originally came out, and even on the marketing, on the marketing it has Cosmic Eclipse in there.
Oh, does it? It says that? I didn't even know that.
Yes. Where is the thing? I have one. Here it is. Nope, that's a booster box. Anyway, so
Oh yeah, so somebody said in that Battle Academy box, there's 3 Hidden Fates GX cards with a special stamp on them. So
yeah, I was
it'll
just
be a
thinking
unique
that.
card.
And I wonder what those go for graded really well. But because it come in a box like that, it probably would turn out pretty good condition. So anyway, those collector's chests, if you see them now or buy them now, you're not getting a Cosmic Eclipse. So it used to be you get one of 3 packs. You'd get a Cosmic Eclipse or a Ultra Prism or a Unified Minds. So you would get you would for sure get 2 Sword and Shield. You'd get a Burning Shadows. You'd get a what was the third pack? Or the fourth pack? It was XY Evolutions. So you get XY Evo, Burning Shadows, 2 Sword and Shield, and then that 5th pack, which used to be like one of any of those 3, which are hot packs right now. Well, now they're Crimson Invasion across the board. So I'm guessing they probably reverse logistics those, opened them, took the Cosmic or the Ultra Prism or the Unified Minds out, and then threw a Crimson Invasion in there. Is it? You think that might have been a possibility?
That's usually what you're seeing when that happens. And that's like when we saw the Pokeball tins switch over to, it's the same thing. They just, as they're either going out being packaged, they're saying, no, stop putting that pack in it, put a new one in it. Or they're just saying, yeah, bring them all back in when they sit at the warehouses. And then they put new stuff in them. Yeah, pretty interesting how that works. And then MJ Holdings, there's a whole nother layer to that where once it sits out 3-4 times, then that stuff ends up back at MJ, and all bulk kind of ends up there too. I do bulk for Aurora Beam. I do our bulk and single side. That's where I try to focus most of my time and energy on. And when I get bulk, and this is for everybody on here, that's like, what happens when my bulk goes to that big company or that sorting company or whatever it is? All I really do is like I get your bulk. I pull out trainers first. I pull out playable cards that I know that are in the meta right now. That's pretty much all I do. I take the hollows, reverse hollows, full arts are the decent, 25 cent or more cards. And then I put those aside. I pull out all the good Pokemon, the ones that like, your Charmanders, your Charmeleons, your even if they're regular commons, uncommons, all of the like cards that people like, all the ones that you're going to try to find, your Gengars, your Pikachus, everything that is kind of popular, right? You're gonna pull out those. Everything else, you just submit it back to bulk. You just send it back to another company for bulk. Like that's all it happens. Like I take all that. I have 3,400 cards to give you $100 or whatever it is that my exchange rate is at that time, right? I only take 200 out, and then I just send that bulk to somebody else and get credit for it, right? They go back through it. They do the same thing I just did, and they take even more cards out that, even I just can't list 10,000 cards. Like that's not possible for me to do. But Oasis Games that has 10,000 listings, they can do that. So they'll go back through and they'll even take out a couple more cards that I didn't take out. And then when they're done with it, they'll send it to another one. And then, the chain just kind of keeps going on until it gets to one of the big brick places. That you're on TCG or whatever big platform they are, and then they actually send it to MJ Holdings, and you can go on to MJ Holdings, and there's a bulk buyback. Like if you're a company, you can just send it to them. There's a whole sheet that you can look at their website for what that looks like. So yeah, it's just a big chain of
you probably have to be moving a lot of bulk to even be able to be in a conversation with them to get an account with them, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Like MJ, you have to be moving a lot. There'd be no point to it because if you're just listing stuff at TCG, taking a little bit of bulk as much as you can, sort through it a little bit, take the good cards that you already inherently know because you know Pokemon just like everybody that's watching right now at least knows what good cards are, right? And then it's as simple as just sending it down the road. And
I know. So I've had a lot of conversations with people about bulk because I started selling my bulk recently. When I first started ripping and shipping, I was sending all cards, and a lot of people were like, no, don't do that. One, most people don't want the bulk anyway. keep the bulk, keep the code cards, sell your bulk. You make a little bit more money. Like right now, there was a local guy that I sell my commons and uncommons to for $30 per 1,000. So
That's stellar.
yeah, for a local that I don't have to ship to, absolutely. And so what I do is I do my rip and ships, and I take my stacks of cards, I put it over here in the section that like my girlfriend goes over to, and she'll go through and sort them, put them in medium flat rate boxes or large flat rate boxes until we have about 5,000 to 7,500. And then I load them up and go take them. And then, we split the money. So she does all the manual labor on it, sorting and stuff, and gets to make some extra money to pay for her packs. But I always thought of it as like this pyramid where people are like selling their bulk. Yeah. Well, where does it end up? And like you said, MJ Holdings, Amazon, repackagers, eBay, repackagers, like all those people. So like whenever, what is it? These things. So this is one booster pack.
That's exactly right.
One booster pack and 5 cards inside. Well, that's where those 5 cards came from.
Yeah, eBay. A lot of people are doing this on eBay, and it makes sense. They buy bulk and then they make custom packs, right? They make mystery boxes out of the bulk, and so essentially they're just shedding their bulk on you and then giving you 1 or 2 good cards to make you feel good about that mystery box purchase, right? Hopefully. There's some eBay sellers that are really very good at it, and they, that it's worth the bang for your buck sometimes. But it's most of the time somebody trying to unload their bulk onto you at a higher cost is when you see the really what. And there's a ton of how-to videos out there on that. And right now, there's a lot of people coming into the hobby that are really just trying to make a quick buck, and that's one of the ways they're trying to do it.
Is that what these guys are doing, is watching these videos and doing these mystery pack things? Because I posted on the Facebook page the other day, because I go to Facebook Marketplace now, and Facebook Marketplace is smart, so it knows what I look at and what I click on. And so it's all Pokemon. It's like, here's all the Pokemon in the entire country. It'll be stuff like in California, not just local Pensacola.
It's always California first for some reason. I just get tons of it.
And like the first 20 things on there is like a picture of like 30 stellar cards, like Old Wizard of the Coast, Charizard, Rainbow Pikachu, all this stuff. And then you see like a $30 thing on it, and you're like, I know exactly what this is. So you click on it, description, of course. It's like a, mystery pack. You will get guaranteed 1 GX, 1 non-holo rare, 10, common uncommons or whatever. And it could be one of the cards in the picture. Yeah. It's like, well.
And then you just run simple math, right? Like you just go, what's my TCG value? What's my buy rate? Or what am I going to sell it at? And then it's just like, I have a little calculator that shows me exactly what my buy price needs to be in order for my sell rate to be correct. Or my sell rate needs to be in order for my buy rate to be where I need it to be at. So that's all those people are doing. They're like, all right, well, I got these at 3 cents. I can really put in this one good card into the picture. Maybe I'll even put it into the mystery packs. You don't know if they actually are or not. So it's a good way to make a little extra money, I guess. But it's not necessarily something that I would suggest to do if you're like trying to run a legitimate business, because it's pretty underhandedly. It seems like a lot of work too, like to package all of those individually. Just get the good cards out of there, list them somewhere.
Right.
And if you do want to make money other ways or in Pokemon and keep collecting, go and look at the YouTube videos of how people flip sealed product and then, buy their own packs that way. Because it's just so much more legitimate than ripping it open and then trying to send something to somebody,
Right. The Ultra Premium ETB. That I agree with that, Josh. So the Ultra Premium ETB, I feel like, will be the next ETB to blow up in price just because there's so much involved to make. Yeah, so it's like this big. It's $99 retail. You get 2 gold exclusive promos to that box, the Zacian, Zamazin. Yep. So you get like 16 packs of cards. In there, I think there's quite a bit of Vivid Voltage and then assorted Sword and Shield packs in there.
There's 4 from each Sword and Shield release.
Okay.
I believe. So 4 Champions, 4 Rebel, 4 Sword and Shield, so on and so forth.
Right. And it's a beautiful box. And what is it, like 120, 130 right now? I mean, for a collector's item, I'm really surprised that's not up there closer to $200 at least by this point.
If you play the game too, this thing is like the bee's knees. It's the cool. Like, I mean, the dice. I was over at Trevor's. He has one. He plays the game, and he's like, dude, I didn't realize how I needed this, but it has all these really nice drawers for everything that you need. It has different places for different decks, right? So if you have multiple decks, different places for all of them. The dice themselves are heavy. They're very heavy. Like, I don't know if you've opened one, but they're gold and they're heavy. Which most ETB dice are trash. They're not great.
Right.
Everything in there is just premium, and it's great. So yeah, I'm all aboard. Yeah, 4 Sword and Shield, Rebel Clash, 4 Darkness Ablaze, and 4 Vivid. Yeah. So everything but the holiday set.
Some stuff just has, like, I call it the genetics of the product. It has the makeup for that expensive product. Like, I think of for an example, Cosmic Eclipse and Vivid Voltage. Genetically, I think they're very similar, right? So Cosmic Eclipse has like the exclusive full art Pokemon that's in that reverse holo section that is only in that set for Sun and Moon. It's the only time they did it. Vivid Voltage, at least for right now, is the only set available to us at the moment that has that sort of exclusive, amazing rare.
The set within a set, amazing rares.
Within the set, Prism rares, kind of not included because the Prism rares, if we're talking about like increasing the value of a set, some of the Prism rares are playable, or they were playable. I don't know if they're still allowed or legal, but that's why Ultra Prism was I believe so hot when it first came out. Ultra Prism, I think, was the very first Pokemon set to sell out during pre-orders.
Wild. I didn't know that.
Yes, I heard it from several times, either from like YouTube information videos or reading it on the internet. But I remember hearing that multiple times. I might be wrong, but it would make sense. That booster box was about $400 before the hanger boxes hit Walmart. I think, before they reprinted it, and then they also printed booster boxes, and you could buy booster boxes this year. Of course, when they came out at your local game store, they were $150 a box. But like genetically, Cosmic Eclipse and Vivid Voltage, I think, are very similar. They have the full art trainer situation in there, which Vivid Voltage, I'd say, I'm buying Nessas and Bees at $15, $20 a piece all day long, because I feel like those are sleeper full art trainers. They're going to go up just like the rest of them because it's Nessa and it's B. But like that ultra premium box, yeah, it has like, why is this not a $200-$300 product right now? Like, why does everybody not want it?
I think they'll do that. I would expect, because they do that in Japan pretty consistently. They have those, commemorative of all the sets that year set, like the GX, right?
Yeah.
Tank team. So I think we'll see these ETBs every year too, because we should have 4 major sets every year. This year's kind of confusing. I actually don't know like what we're gonna see by the end of the year, truly. Is that the 25th anniversary set plus an extra holiday set at the beginning of the year? Is that in with our 4 normal releases? Or what? I don't know if you guys saw, but what was it? VMAX Climax was trademarked today. Pokemon trademarked it. Usually
Climax. Yeah, I was talking with Billy about that. Yes, not yesterday, the day before yesterday. VMAX Climax, and of course we were joking about it and being, immature about it.
Steamy, very steamy Pokemon. But yeah, I mean, you have these about 6 months later is when you see those trademarks. That's usually what we see. Is about 6 months afterwards we see a release from those trademarks. So it's just like I have no idea what's going to happen. But usually we're going to get 4, set releases in a year, and then we get hopefully we'll get an ETB like this every year, which would be super cool. But I think biggest investment stuff, like if you're not thinking about trying to find as much 25th anniversary stuff as you possibly can to hold, you're crazy. The 20 and 20, if you guys look at anything 20th anniversary, it is fire. Not only are these going to be super fun to open, because it's going to, the amount of nostalgia we're about ready to get juiced with is unreal, right? Like they're going to just put it right into our veins. And yeah, like if it's so hyped right now compared to what was going on during the 20th anniversary? Yeah, how much is that bad boy?
I'm gonna flex for a minute. And
how much is it? I haven't even looked at them lately.
This is a food container from Target. They're $10. Go check the food container section. It fits perfectly a Elite Trainer box. So you can do it right side up or upside down, but I was very surprised. There's just enough room to where it also like will not damage the plastic on it either. So last time I checked, this was like a $400 to $500 box, and that went up super fast. I got this during the summer this year because at the time it was like 100, maybe 120, and I did some trading for it. But yeah, like that just jumped up crazy.
There has to be.
Are you on eBay?
435 it just sold on eBay, 415, 420, 380, and it keeps going. So what I think will happen to that product during the 25th anniversary, a lot of people are going to realize, oh, there's 20th anniversary product too, you know, and they're going to look at that, and that box will probably go up considerably, right? And then, you know, 25th anniversary stuff isn't going to really be reprinted. You know, it's going to be limited. It's going to be less available than everything else. So once you have it, yeah, I just think there's going to be less of it. You know, you're not going to see 25th anniversary stuff printed next year. You know, so get it while you can, or at least I wouldn't think so, right?
I would say it's a good hold. It's a good pickup. It might not get your money's worth right away. I mean, what, this set's 6 years old.
Yeah.
16, 5 years old. 6 years old, something like that.
I just have to believe, like this year, that box that you have right there, that ETB is gonna skyrocket.
Dude, yeah, that'd be nice if it hit like $1,000.
I have to feel that it would, right? I mean, you got all these people coming in. They're like, oh, there's all this 25th anniversary product. Man, it's really expensive. Maybe I should look at the 20th anniversary product. And they're gonna start searching it and considering buying it at the rate that it's going up. And we know what happens with Pokemon right now once there's hype around something. I mean, it's
for real. Oh, by the way, Burning Shadows Elite Trainer boxes are up at around $100 now.
I remember my Target had, you know, 2-3 waves of them just completely stacked all the way across, and nobody wanted them. I didn't buy them. I was like,
Burning Shadows
are awful. I don't want to do that.
So we all know Burning Shadows, you know, is like Green Card City, you know, like the pull rates on it are not fun. The Charizard's so hard to pull. When you do pull it, it's chopped to shit. But as a sealed collector's item, or like packs or anything sealed with it, I think it's a sleeper right now. Mm-hmm. I think it's going to go up, and it has been. I think packs are up to about, I sell them for $6. I think 7 or 8 is kind of like the online scene. But
I mean, anything that, you know, it seems like right now, anything that if you wait a little bit, it's worth it. Like the Sword and Shield base. What was I just looking at? I think some of those booster boxes were selling
$150
for $150. Yeah. Which is nuts. Yeah, you know, we had 2 or 3 of them sitting on our shelves for you know, about a month, and we were like, man, maybe we should just do a rip and ship with these or something. Maybe we should just do a box break. And then, you know, the next day, all of a sudden they sold at 120 or 130 or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's Marnie's fault.
Probably.
No, for real. I think it's the Marnie Full Art Marnie Rainbow Rare.
Yeah, I guess so. That is true. Yeah, that's right. That would make sense because all the trainers from that set all of a sudden jumped.
Yeah. I've seen it. I've seen it with the sets, with those high dollar full art trainers. When everyone was like, "Oh, Lily, $200-300." Like, what? What's going on? Well, now my Ultra Prism booster box that's been sitting on my shelf in my guest room, sitting at $150-175 forever, is now $400.
So strange.
Yeah.
Man, I love it. But that just goes to show you, we can sit here and talk all day about what we think is going to be a great investment product.
Yeah.
Stuff with guaranteed hits, period. That's
guaranteed hit.
Like, if it has a guaranteed hit, that's a good one. ETBs, that's a good one.
ETBs, yeah.
ETBs and anything that has a guaranteed hit in it, I think you're pretty safe buying it and keeping it sealed.
Anything with popular Pokemon affiliated with it as well, like of course, being a 25th anniversary Elite Trainer box is awesome, but also things that are like aesthetically pleasing. A huge part of the community are sealed collectors now. Like, this is a beautiful, aesthetically pleasing Elite Trainer box. That's why Champion's Path, the sealed set is gorgeous. Like the sealed collection, the pin boxes, the Elite Trainer boxes.
Pin boxes. Speaking of the pin boxes, the Shining Legends, everything is gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Yeah.
I'm not even super hyped about the cards, really, but all of the packaging looks beautiful.
So let's do about 10 more minutes, because trying to make these about around an hour long at the most. But I was watching PTCG radio. Yeah, PTCG radio this morning. That British guy, the guy who talks about Pokemon product, new releases. He usually gets information fairly quickly. He was talking about allocations for Shining Fates, because he was getting allocation numbers now from a lot of people across the board, and talking about how heavily allocated that set's going to be. So these shops that have been pre-ordering hundreds of Elite Trainer boxes, up into the 500s even, are getting 10. The places that pre-ordered 10 are getting like probably 1. So it's going to be like in the 10% area or 10 maximum. So shops are getting you can expect your shops to get only 10. I don't know if that's 100%, but I would not surprise me. The same with the 5-pack tins, the ones that are like this big. It's got Cramorant, it's got Boltund on it.
Which I think will be the hottest. I think those will be the hottest item.
The shop allocations on the first wave is 1 case per shop, per account, which is 10. The only things that are going to be like probably pretty abundant are the Pikachu V boxes, which have 4 packs. It's like a double, but it's Pikachu. And that's going to be about 50%. You can expect to see about 50% of your pre-orders fulfilled right away. And then there will be waves, of course, there's going to be more waves. So you will get all your stuff eventually, but like the first wave is going to look something like that. And then the small pin boxes, the Mad Party pin boxes, those, which is a weird name in my opinion. I'm like, Mad Party. I was looking at the box. I'm like, well, it's got a Dedenne on it. I was like, well, where's the Mad Party? Is Dedenne Mad Party in?
So I can explain that. Yeah,
but those are 100%. So those, for everyone that pre-ordered that product, which that was the most under pre-ordered product, was the 3-pack little pin boxes. Those are going to be very, very abundant as well. So
yeah, you're pretty spot on from what we've experienced. One thing that everybody here can take this for what it's worth, but I don't love doing any pre-orders this year. I don't really like anyone saying that they're going to have something. All of the distributors, I said we work with 4. They're the same ones that everybody else works with, right? They're the exact same ones that anybody that you're ordering from orders from, right? They gave no guarantees to anyone over the last 3 months on Shining Fates or any other products. They gave no guarantees. So anyone, and we learned that even the people that we expect, like, oh, that's why those guys are giving pre-orders, because they're so big, and they, the distributors must have done something for them. The distributors did not tell them they had product guaranteed. So everybody that went out and said, hey, give me, tons of pre-orders, they were really rolling the dice on what they were actually going to get and what they might get overall. GameStop and those guys, they'll get their stuff eventually. They will.
Yeah.
Your web stores, whether they're the best one out there or not, this year is going to be a little different than previous ones. What they were promised in the past might not be what they'll get this year. So we're going to not do pre-orders. We just don't want our customers in that situation. We don't want them to have to deal with the chance that they might not get something that they put in. So our goal was, hey, let's get our allocations, let's get exactly what we're going to have. And then we're going to let Goldenrod and obviously the people that are our regular customers know first, and give them the first opportunity to get some of those. But we're also going to open that up to everybody else at the same time. We're going to give you an advantage by saying, hey, everybody, our products is now available. We didn't do any pre-orders, and maybe we'll tag some people or whatever. Hey, you'll get your notification first. But ultimately, we want everybody to have the same shot at this product as everybody else. And between the way that the bots work, you sent me that letter yesterday from a shop owner. Maybe this is a good time to talk about it. So people are limiting the amount that you can put in your cart for Shining Fates and or other Pokemon product, right? And the question kind of was, is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? And I think there's two schools of thought. It can be a really good thing because if you list your stuff at MSRP on your web store or in your store, and you don't limit the amount somebody can buy, you are catering to pure scalpers. That's absolutely what you're catering to. Those people are going to either take a bot to your website and buy all of it up, or they're going to pre-order the hell out of it so nobody else can get it, and all of a sudden they're going to try to resell it to those same people that
man. There's this guy in town who does Amazon. He's like late 20s, handsome guy, and he's like, he mainly toys. He does Amazon drop shipping for toys. He gets all his shit from like Walmart clearance, wherever. But he has a bot, and we were talking one time. He showed me his phone, and he was like, yeah, and it was sports cards products. So it was like Hoops NBA Megas. He's like, yeah, these were available on Walmart's website, and my bot bought me 12 at MSRP. They're 40, I think they're 40 or 50 bucks if you buy them, at Walmart, and they resell for 200. Like, because sports cards are stupid, just like Pokemon. And he's like, yeah, all I got was a notification on my phone.
Yes.
That my bot bought me the stuff. That's crazy, but you're absolutely right.
So you have that problem where if you list it at MSRP and you give everybody that shot to fill up their carts, you'll cater to those scalpers, right? So the other choice is to be okay with that and be like, whatever, I'm going to just cater to scalpers, right? Because you can do that, which a lot of people, web stores and whatever, choose to do. A lot of people only have a couple customers, a couple big rip and ship customers, a couple whatever. That's not necessarily what we got into the hobby for. We want to build a customer base and be able to have everybody be able to open cards. That's our goal. So you could limit your basket, right? And keep it at MSRP. That is a choice. Even so, you still probably have a lot of bots, a lot of scalpers trying to. I can even VPN into GameStop and show that I have a different address and order more Hidden Fates tins than I probably should, right? There's tricks and ways that you can get around it. So what our option is and what we decided to do: no pre-orders, no limits on your basket, but we're going to just be slightly over MSRP to the best of our ability, and that way we avoid the bots. That way we avoid that stuff. And that's really what we try to do, is not be where we're at scalper prices right away, because just like you said, if you only get 5 of these ETBs, people are going to hold 2 of them, sell the other 2 for a crazy upcharge, and then maybe rip 1, or whatever. So with the limited amount that's coming out, just be aware. People are going to promise you things. They're going to say things. You just be very mindful of, who it is that you're taking orders from, what their real goals are, and try to, work with legitimate people right now that even if something does go wrong that's outside of their control, they're gonna do right by you. That's my biggest area of
I feel like there's going to be I believe we talked about it, giving people money up front, pre-orders. So like people started taking pre-orders and claiming allocated numbers for Shining Fates back in like November.
Yeah. And they absolutely didn't have it.
Even December, they're like, no, confirmed allocations. Even some people that I know and see on Facebook that a lot of you guys are part of their pages, and these guys that do rips and chips, but I'm not going to say any names because that's just not my MO. But they're like, confirmed numbers. Can I get you some pre-orders? And I'm like, no, absolutely not. Because these guys will want you to pay. They'll want you to pay the, $60, $70 that they were charging for their Shining Fates ETBs. And here's what happens. On eBay, like I saw pre-orders for these ETBs being sold on eBay. Well, why are you giving this person money to hold on to for 2 or 3 months when you don't have confirmed allocations? Now it's confirmed people aren't getting shit.
Yeah,
like unless you have like 100 accounts with distributors to get 10 from each or however it's going to be, like they're just not going to get that many. What's going to happen is, you're going to get one. I know you paid me for 100, but here's one. By the way, here's your money back. By the way, thanks for the free 3-month loan, interest free.
Crazy. Yeah, and that's just it. Any legitimate business really shouldn't ask you to do that. Like legally wise, like that's not how it works.
Get on people's list is the best thing you can do. Is reach out to people like you or your local card shop or anyone and everybody and say, hey, do you guys have a pre-order list? Can I get on it? Here's my info. So that way, it's usually a first come, first serve. Let them know about how much you want to buy, but be smart about it. Don't tell, 10 people 100, because if they get 100 and you can't buy them, well, a product probably wouldn't matter because somebody will. But, like me, I reach out to a lot of people and I just get a little bit from a lot of people. And typically that's usually, works out the best. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
I think, people, there's options out there, right? I think a lot of people will see it, they'll just jump on it, and they won't think to, oh, well, I could have just gone to 3 other different sources and just be patient, and I'll still end up with just as many.
Or just wait. Like everybody wants Shining Fates yesterday. The first wave allocation is going to be, pretty underwhelming. But like we saw with Champion's Path, it's going to get to a point to where you're going to walk into your store, maybe unless you live in like Philly or big urban cities to where it's just hard to find anything. But or you can buy it online for close to MSRP because the hype will die down. All the people that bought up all the product to try to resell it and make some money, and if they aren't selling it, they're just going to undercut the shit out of each other until they can move it because that was their MO. And then wait a couple weeks, wait a month, and then you'll get your product. Don't pay ridiculous prices right away unless you just don't care and you just like whatever.
Ask their opinion of who you should be going and buying from, and chances are you're going to find the right people to be doing that.
Yeah.
I can't believe this, but there's still special delivery Pikachu or special delivery Charizards being sold on pre-order right now too. So keep watching those, because I can't believe that people are spending $500 on a card that we don't even know how to get it yet. But that sounds like it's going to be a $30 charge from Pokemon Center, limit 1 per household, kind of just like special delivery Pikachu, but we still don't know for sure. So watch out.
I just can't believe what the bot situation is going to be like on that.
Yeah, so that's another example. Like, we don't want to put anybody. So look for vendors that aren't putting anybody in that situation. They're going to be, once their stock is actually released, it's probably going to be legitimate, right? GameStop, by the way, GameStop stock just keeps going up and up and up. We'll see what happens with those guys. But if you do it the right way, GameStop, the way that they stock, I don't know if people know this, maybe will help some people tonight. But at the end of the day, a lot of these people enter the inventory for what they got in the back that day. So if you showed up and you asked them what was in back, you might find that they had Pokemon that they never entered that day. But they go to close the shop, they pull all the inventory out, they start, start hanging it, they put it into the computer. That inventory loads at 7 a.m. the next morning onto their websites, right? So if you're looking through Pokemon product at around 6, 7 a.m., chances are you're going to see what stores actually have stock of it, and you're going to be able to purchase it online for in-store pickup. So
I did not know that. Oh man, that's dope. I like
crispy. So as long as you're there that early, you're giving me. You were talking about how early I wake up. Like first thing I do in the mornings, I look at Poke Beach, Poke Guardian. I pop open the GameStop app and a couple other different websites because a lot of people stock that way. That's why you'll get stock notifications at 2 a.m. because they actually put them in a lot of times the night before, and the computers don't actually register the stock until the next calendar day. That's why you get in stock notifications a lot at night. So just be watching those as early as you can, because I think I got 5 double O boxes this morning that were all from a GameStop that's 10 minutes away from me that I checked yesterday that didn't have anything. Right?
Oh, wow. And then so you let's say you buy those and then you just do store pickup.
Yeah.
You just go pick them up.
Yep.
Dope.
They're just waiting for you there.
I love it. I'm gonna start doing that. All right, so let's go ahead and call this one. And Zach Humphrey, everybody.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
Aurora being
we have unified minds right now, but in the next couple weeks, all of the stock will be there.
Yeah, well, there's a reason that their stock is sold out is because their prices are extremely fair. I remember going on there and being like, "Oh wow, like Hidden Fates 10s for $35." Yes, I'm not surprised those are sold out. Like even with limiting, 2 per person. I mean, you guys have a pretty good following, so it makes sense. I'm just looking through comments here real quick to see if there's anything here, which there is. I'm so bad about looking at comments. World Market Stroop Waffle Ground Coffee. Yep, buy it. It's going up. My Target and GameStop are limiting 3 per customer. Oh, next time we're going to talk about Target because I got some info about Target vendors. What about the shops being scalpers? The shops being scalpers. Some of them are. Yeah. So that is starting to happen at the top level, unfortunately.
It's changing to online retailers. They don't even care about the people that are coming into their shops anymore.
Shining Fates promo is an EV card. The Shining Fates ETB is EV VMAX. Yeah, cool. Well, man, appreciate you. I need to get more coffee actually, so I'm gonna go.
Thanks, everybody. It was great, Curtis. Love being on. Hopefully, I'll do more of these with you.
Yeah, for sure, man. Appreciate you. Later, guys. This was Coffee and Pokemon.
Yeah. Bye.